AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal, brought to you today by Rocket Mobile. Don't forget, you can get 20 gigabytes of roaming data anywhere in the EU. We were using it over in Italy when we were in Milan during the week. You get unlimited calls, texts and data for £16 a month, and you get to keep your own number. No contracts needed. If you want more details, click the link in the description. As I said, you don't need to change your number. You can keep your same number and go onto this program. Show brought to you today by Rocket Mobile. Now, very interestingly, yesterday after Mikel Arteta's press conference, it would appear that nearly every player for the first time this season is fit to face Manchester United on the weekend. Absolutely incredible. The whole season, Arsenal have not had a fit team. Calafiori back in training, Hincapié back. Both of them look like they're going to be available. The only one actually is the slight doubt is Kai Havertz, but he's back in the squad. So incredible. It's taken till this time, in January to have a whole squad available. And that's why a squad is so important, having a good squad, because Arsenal, despite that, have been able to still maintain their position as top of the league in the Premier League and top of the league in the Champions League. So it's been incredible what the squad's done so far. But could they be adding to that squad this January transfer window? Vasilije Kostov is a player of real interest to Arsenal. We have been talking about this guy on a couple of times on AFTV. Still only 17 years of age, and he's already picked up a couple of nicknames. The Serbian Pedri, as I keep saying, everybody now who's class in midfield as a central midfielder is being called Pedri. The Serbian Pedri, and the latest one, the Balkan Barella. I think I like that one even more, the Balkan Barella. But he is being scouted heavily by Arsenal. They sent scouts to watch him play as Red Star beat Malmo 1-0 in the Europa League, and they're scouting him heavily. And the Red Star general director was asked about links to Kostov, and he actually said that a team has already made an offer of 20 million euros to sign Kostov. He didn't say what the team was. He didn't say if he's agreed to the deal, but certainly this player, listen, it's not just Arsenal interested in him, but they are scouting him heavily. They are showing a lot of interest in him, as a lot of clubs are. Could this be a January signing for Arsenal? Let's see. Another player that Arsenal have been scouting and very interested in is Diomande. Now, I think the whole of Europe's interested in this player. He is really lit up at RB Leipzig, a left winger by trade and a really good player. Now, Florian Plettenberg saying, and he's a journalist over there in Germany, saying that Arsenal still very interested in signing him. There's a list of clubs. I've seen Chelsea, as usual. They're interested in Manchester United, lots of clubs. Liverpool said to be the club, as well as Arsenal, that seem to be really showing a lot of interest in Diomande. But it's the fee. RB Leipzig would demand around about 100 million euros for his signature. That is a lot of money. As I always say, the Premier League tax is what is being put onto a lot of these players. No doubt his ability, no doubt what he can do. He's been scoring goals and getting assists. But 100 million euros for a player that's completely unproven. I mean, we've seen even Florian Wirtz come and struggle in the Premier League. I think a lot of teams are going to really hesitate to be paying that sort of money, no matter how talented he is coming out of German football right now. Another player that's being looked at by Arsenal is Etta Eyong of Levante. Now, he's been having a really good season. Originally a player at Villarreal. They sold him to Levante, and since he's gone to Levante, he's really been making an impact. If you watch him play and his profile as a player, really quick, very strong, holds the ball up well, and has been having a good season. 6 goals already this season, 3 assists, and lots of teams showing a lot of interest in him. The journalist Ben Jacobs claims that one of those teams eyeing a move for Etta Eyong is Arsenal. Now, if he was to be sold, and he's valued at around about £20 million, it would be a good deal, not just for Levante, the club that he plays for right now, but also for Villarreal, because they're said to have a sell-on clause of 50%. They only sold him for €3 million, but they got a sell-on clause of 50%. They've also they're also said to have a buyback clause as well. So they obviously saw him as a massive prospect. They wouldn't have been, putting those sort of clauses in if they didn't think he was a talented player. But he's a Cameroon international, contracted currently until 2029 at Levante. Could Arsenal make a move for him? We know that, despite the fact that they bought in Gyökeres, they may be looking at centre forwards. We don't know how Kai Havertz is going to come back. He seems to be really struggling with his injury at the moment. Still not back to, what you call prime fitness. I spoke about yesterday how his knee, they've been worried about sometimes when he's been playing, his knee swells up. So could they make a move for a player like this? Or is it going to be on Julián Alvarez? Still today, multiple sources talking about how Arsenal have serious interest in trying to sign Alvarez. When I mentioned this one, first of all, earlier on in the week, there's a lot of people in the comments. I saw you saying, Robbie, stop chatting rubbish. There's no way we're going after Alvarez. Forget it, blah, blah, blah. But as the week's gone on, the rumours have grown and grown and grown. There's definite interest from Arsenal. Interest doesn't mean that they're signing the player, but there's definite interest from Arsenal in Julián Alvarez. But this would be a hefty fee. Remember, he was signed for a lot of money in the first place by Atletico Madrid. They will want at least 100 million. There's talk of 110, 120 million for Alvarez. I think the only thing that might keep the price down on him is the fact that he's not really been scoring a lot of goals this season in comparison to what he's been doing over the last few seasons. But certainly in the summer, do not rule this one out. Julián Alvarez of Atletico Madrid. Arsenal also says to be showing interest in Diego Gómez of Brighton. Brighton only just recently signed. I think they only just signed him last season. Paraguay international, central midfielder again. And, he's been having a decent season at Brighton. 3 goals so far. And Arsenal said to be interested in the 22-year-old central midfielder. Listen, any player of quality Arsenal are interested in. But, again, there's rumours of this one today. Jurrien Timber, who's been a fantastic signing for Arsenal. Really has been a brilliant signing for Arsenal. Well, they're set to time down to a brand new contract. Arsenal have been negotiating with his representatives to extend his current contract, which I think is up in 2028. They want to extend that contract to 2030 or even 2031 to nail down one of their top players at the club. Still only young, Jurrien Timber. And he has been so good for Arsenal this season. Remember when he first came in, literally had a missed season when he done his ACL, but he has really come back strong. So Jurrien Timber set to get a new contract. And it's official. Nwaneri yesterday unveiled as a Marseille player from now till the end of the season. No buy option, as we know. Could make his debut today for Marseille. They got a big game against Lens over there in the French league. So good luck to Nwaneri. Let's hope he comes back a better player. Those are the rumours for today. Of course, the big game against Manchester United coming up this weekend. Lots of content. We've got the Bias Premier League show that we did yesterday discussing it. We've got Forever Arsenal, all the previews and combined 11s with Flex from United View, the face-off that I did. You've got to check it out. Go and check out all of those videos available right now on AFTV. And we'll be back tomorrow with another Transfer Daily.